Hey everyone, welcome back to the workbench for a quick but pretty excellent update to my HexTrak project. And that is one universal hexagon module for straight and curved pieces. So one module for the whole system, basically. But before I get into that, I want to say thank you for all of the views, subscribers, and especially comments the last couple weeks on the first two videos that I made. I did not expect there to be so much interest in this project, and it's really motivating and inspiring to hear from all of you about your interest in this. And really, your comments and critical thinking on this project is the catalyst for this change. This system that I first came up with, this would have worked out fine for me, for my needs. You know, I would have gone through with it and had my layout and been fine. But quite a few people in the comments that were really interested in the concept of this project really wanted to see it with one standard hexagon. And I was kind of hemming and hawing it and brushing that off because I had already made these and I was ready to go, really. But the idea that so many other people might be interested in trying this, but that they really wanted to see it with a single universal module got to me. And last night I decided I was going to sit down and really try to figure this out. When I first started in on these, it was my intention to have a single module, but I couldn't figure it out. I'm a creative person, a visual person. Geometry, math, definitely not my strong points. So I got on the software that I use. I think it's AnyRail, Express, and Adobe Illustrator last night, and tinkered for a couple of hours until I figured out what was going to work. And that is this new piece. So, one trade-off is that it's larger. I really wanted to keep the modules as small as possible, and this one is a bit larger, but I mean, honestly, it's pretty minimal. I'm going to overlay it with the original one here. So a little bit bigger. Some people might find that desirable because you'll have, more room than what was on that initial module to do landscape and buildings. Honestly, I'm doing the SN2 scale modeling, S scale models, and the landscape's fine and the terrain coming through are fine. But to fit a building on this baseboard on this module would be pretty tight. I would have to get creative about the buildings, whether they were just facades or they were like shacks or whatnot. So a little more space, I guess, in that realm is welcome. What we're looking at here with the new module is from parallel edge to parallel edge, 248 millimeters. So that is one full size straight piece of Kato Unitrack. I don't know if you can see it in the video here, but I've laser engraved some notches on all 6 sides, exactly where the Kato Unitrack should intersect, directly in the center of the side, so that the system can all link together. So you've got your single straight piece straight through the module. And then for the curves, it's the same piece that we were using for the irregular hexagon. It's a 216 millimeter radius curve, and I have a 45 degree piece and a 15 degree piece to get us to the 60 that we needed. And you can see here, I can line it up right on the center of these two sides, and we're good to go. So that's where we're going to move forward with for this project, this new module. So, I mean, I already did some landscape modeling on this smaller piece, and I have a few more of these cut. Any time spent modeling is certainly not time wasted. I still had a lot of fun making that piece, and I can actually still use them. As I said, I've got some more of these. If I model one more, as long as, let's say we've got an oval, as long as I put one of these in on the top section of the oval, and then when it comes around, I use another one, everything should work out, should line up. I can still use them. And if not, you know what, it was a fun project. Or maybe I will carry on with these smaller modules as a side layout possibility. it could happen. But due to everybody's interest and kind of the demand in the comments, I will move forward with this new hexagon. So if you're interested in trying this out at some point, I'll just go over the measurements. It's pretty simple. If you work in Adobe Illustrator and or you have access to a laser cutter, I would say that that's the best way to go if you can do it, because it will be mathematically perfect. Cutting these on a miter saw or something like that, totally possible. I've cut some hexagons for another project on a miter saw and it worked out fine, but there'll be a lot less room for error in something digital like laser cutting. Certainly the average person can't afford a laser cutter. I don't own one, but I have access to one privately. Maybe you have friends that have one, or very likely you have access to a makerspace in whatever town or city you're from or near. You may not even know it. So if you're interested in trying that out, I would suggest that you start by Googling makerspaces in your area that you can gain access to a laser cutter. So this is the hexagon. The radius is 143.18 millimeters. I worked in millimeters because the Kato HexTrak is in millimeters, but that's going to be a radius of 5.637 inches. Okay, so from center to point, that's the measurement we're doing right now. And that in a hexagon also matches the sides. So all 6 of these sides are 143.18 millimeters, or 5.637 inches. And then again, you've got the Kato HexTrak full-size straight piece for the measurement from parallel side to parallel side. So that was 248 millimeters, or 9.763 inches. So those are the measurements for making these hexagons. Now, just as in T-Track, if you've done any T-Track modeling, the Kato piece hangs over each edge just a little bit, and you want that so that things come together properly. You want just a little bit of hangover. I don't think it's quite as much as on T-Track, but it's an amount that I'm comfortable with. So additionally, if you have compact turnouts, they can fit on the module as well with the right amount of straight pieces or curved pieces coming off of the turnout. So tiny little turnout, but if I were to put like a little industry here or something, or a depot or somewhere where, you know, a box car or an ore car or something needs to be picked up, well, then I can at least have that little bit of turnout. I did a bunch of tinkering and I can't figure it out currently. It doesn't mean that it's not possible. A way to make a switch meet again directly in the center of this side. I mean, if that could happen, that would be amazing. You'd be able to do all kinds of things with your layout. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Hopefully you're as excited about this as I am. I think it's definitely more beneficial to get the entire modular system running on a single sized module. That's definitely one of the many annoying things about T-Track that led me to not wanting to do it, is there were so many different modules, and they all had different measurements, and you needed to build all those out or buy them, and they needed to be precise to get everything lining up and coming together. So with this one, one single hexagon module. So moving forward, I'll work on some landscape on these. Let me know what else you're thinking, what else you want to see. You want me to do a full tutorial running through a blank module to a fully finished landscape? More about the scratch-built train that I'm working on, the locomotives, the ore cars that coach. I've also got a caboose and a flat car. I'll definitely keep making videos and updating on this coming together until I have a full, I don't know, oval or odd-shaped layout that I can put on a tabletop for you to check out. I think that's pretty much it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.